Hello all, how are you all doing today? A Knife Tale here, bringing you a knife review of this horrible thing. I'm sorry, but it is. It's a Gerber, which should be pretty self-explanatory, but this is one of the... When I was first getting into knives, this is like one of the first cheap knives that I got. I got this knife, I got the Civivi Elementum that I get often. I think I got a... that I bring out often, I should say. Oh, I got a Civivi Backlash and the Rake PFO1 or whatever it was, Fang, that I've done reviews on. And there was a substantial outlier in this particular knife. So before we get into that, we'll just cover the specs. You've got 420HC, polymer, it's lockback, tip down only, but I mean, tip down's not that big of a deal on lockbacks because you have so much retention holding them in. So, I mean, I'm not fond of it in general, but it's not going to cause a problem for this knife. We have to the tip of the scale, just a little over 3 1/8 inch of blade. Though, of course, back here to the actual cutting edge, you have 3 1/4. Overall, 7 7/8, and the handle length is about 4 1/4-ish. Quick comparisons. Ooh. That was odd. Jammed the whole thing. Wait, come on. There we go. Jeez. Everything was sticking together in a clump. Elementum, small. Conspirator. I'm trying to remember names all of a sudden. Full size. This is a bit smaller than the Conspirator, but it's close to the Conspirator. It is quite slim, though. I actually do like the overall shape of the knife and the profile and the handles and everything. I actually like the design, kind of. It's also what was that? You pretty much have 2 AA batteries of grip. I mean, you're around the back end a little bit with your pinky, but for the most part, you're pretty good with it there. I find myself to be just on the edge. Height and thickness, as you can see, it's not super tall. It's about as tall as the Conspirator, but it's certainly nowhere near as thick without that pocket clip. Pocket clip to pocket clip, it's still nowhere near as thick, right? So it's slim. It's not super tall, and it's sleek in the hand, but it's pretty average on the height when closed. Calipers for the dimensions. 453 thousandths. That's very, very close to the Elementum. Dead on, exact. So it's Elementum thickness. Okay, yeah. Blade stock. It's 100 thousandths. 100 thousandths. What? No, it's 0.1 of an inch. It's 1/10 of an inch. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Ignore me. Behind the edge, I have touched this up, though it's definitely needing it again. It's not holding an edge wonderfully, but it is basically 8CR blade steel. 21 thousand. So probably started off right around that 20.5 kind of dimension. I haven't taken a whole lot of steel off of it. I haven't done a proper sharpening. I'm kind of not super happy to do a proper sharpening on this because it's probably going to feel like crap. 2.19 ounces. You got good ratios, lightweight, polymer, and thin blade stock will do that. And the... No. There we are. T6. The only screw on this thing is the pivot right here. And it's a T6. I do not know how the rest of it's being held together, but I'm also not too keen to find out because I've never taken apart a lockback, and this one looks like it's got some crap holding it together, probably. Just you're held together here, and you've got a pivot point for the lock bar with that little rod there. So that's what you're looking at. There is a seam, so it's got to be held together somehow. But again, not super looking forward to finding out. All right, that gets us past the specs. This thing is awful. Overall, yes, I do like the shape of the knife. I like the overall design. It's actually quite comfortable. It doesn't necessarily look it, but it's actually surprisingly quite comfortable. This gives just a little bit of texture, even though it is kind of seemingly aggressive because these are hard angles. It never really comes across in the hand that way. So I can get a full forefinger grip up here. I can go back a little bit, move around a little tiny bit. It's surprisingly comfortable. Even with this stupid giant wire pocket clip with it ridiculously downward facing slant that, yeah. The design of the knife is nice. I don't even think I mentioned what it was called. I think it's called the Sharkbelly, because why not? I guess this is supposed to be like shark skin. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Going the reverse on shark skin is never a good idea. It can cut you. But the design, yeah, it works. It could be really good. That's kind of what Gerber is, isn't it? It could be really good until you realize what materials they've used and the level of execution they've done. And that's the case here. The bevel, the grind is inconsistent. You got curvature here, the crapping thing. I don't know what the heck this is going on at the tip. It's like 2 angles or something. Or I guess it's the finish that's not completed all the way down, and then you got barely any bevel at this side of the tip. It's poorly done. It was never really all that sharp. It'll cut something, but you're going to have to put some effort into it, even though it's thin, right? And the geometry is too thick. Let's be honest. It's 22 thousandths behind the edge, which is unnecessary, especially when you have such a thin blade stock to start out with. Just bring it down. You have a giant Gerber here, and you have all this made in the USA, Portland, Oregon, blah, 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 420 HC. Don't need that at all. That could be right down there or right over there. I guess USA could just be just right there or on the spine or something. It's billboarded. It's branded. It's poorly executed. It's a good-looking, useful blade shape, though. That's the thing. The lockback has a good half stop. Very solid. Good retention in. And snappy. It is. It works well. The lockback functions. Mid-mounted lockback. The handles are, again, decent shape. You've got a lanyard point back here for those who care. Yeah, you have this stupid clip here, which, due to being a wire clip, you feel it, but it's not actually that uncomfortable. Like, it's not uncomfortable at all, realistically. I don't feel like I'm getting a bad grip on this thing where it's interfering with my hands. I still think it should be this way, but, and it's probably longer than it needs to be, and it's horrifying, and it's poorly executed. I mean, I'm not 100% sure where that's going, but it's going down. And it's sitting under this side of the pivot, which is a particularly odd choice. And I'll explain that in a second. But other than the handle, it's just fine, surprisingly rigid plastic for not really having any sort of liner or anything that I can see under there. I mean, you have this understructure of this thing, the lockback holding it together, but other than that, like, even down here, it's surprisingly rigid. I'll give them that. It's not terrible. The knife is centered, but there's not really any choice because it basically touches the scale on either side. I've never seen that. I've never seen it since, but weirdly enough, I've also not had a problem with it. It's pretty close to being centered, though it does look like it might be ground a little bit towards, like, deeper on this side, so it's a little bit off. But it's pretty close to being centered, but, I mean, it just barely, if this thing were off in the slightest bit, probably wouldn't go down in there very easily. So, I mean, weirdly enough, you have to give them some credit for that, all right? That's not an easy thing to pull off. If you are off even the tiniest bit up here, that tip's going to end up over here tapping the sides. And it doesn't seem to do that. It actually falls down. They get the weirdest things right? Is what I'm trying to say. And then there's this. And I think this, the fact that there is play, and you cannot get rid of the play, has to do with the fact that this stupid clip is sitting underneath the pivot. It's creating the potential for just a little bit of wiggle and a little bit of space. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear it on my end. Yeah, it makes noise. There's no up and down. It's solid in every other way. And clearly it's not moving enough that it's causing a problem, because, as I said, it has to go in there, which it pretty effectively does. But my guess is it would probably be better without the clip actually even being there. Which, you know what? Let's see. For shits and giggles, because I'm a glutton for punishment, let's see if I can take this pivot out and without stripping it. Remove the clip. And what happens to the play when it goes back? It's probably just baked in at this point because it was put together this way, but why not, right? Surprisingly, it's not stripping out, okay? That's, again, like, they're doing the stupidest things well. No, the play's still there. Okay. It's still there a little bit. And it's gone. So yeah, it's literally the clip being, I mean, what the hell is that? It's not perfectly even, it's sticking off to weird angles, it's bending, it's the clip's presence literally making the stupid thing wiggle, and it won't stop as long as the clip is there. Without it, solid. So, yeah, that's just a really, really poorly designed element. Putting it onto the clip like that and introducing blade play for no reason. Other than that, the plastic is okay finish, not great. I mean, you have little bits here, but that's mostly the only real area that there's a particularly noticeable problem. Yeah, overall this thing's just not great. and it's $40. Well, it's 41 something, some change, I guess. This is a $20 knife. I guess the made in the USA thing, if this is actually legitimately made sufficiently in the USA to be called that, that's probably what's making it what's causing it to be more expensive, right? Because I can't find a reason other than that. I mean, the Elementum here, this variant is a little bit more expensive, but the average Elementum is in that $40-ish range. And this is worse materials and worse execution. I honestly don't know what Gerber's doing. But they're doing something, and this here it is. The Gerber Sharkbelly is certainly not recommendable. It's an alright design, but no, this is not a winner here. And again, I just what the heck is that? Gerber Sharkbelly, everybody. Don't buy a Gerber. Sorry, Gerber. Or I would be if you showed that you could actually do better. just saying. That'll end things here. Thanks for watching if you had any interest in watching this piece of junk. But I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all from me.